idea.
You didn't notice the other day when you were leaving, no cars from the park?
No, not at all.
What's your message? I mean, how do you kind of bounce back from that game? Because obviously we haven't seen a game like that from your defense yet this year.
The same way we got to do all the time. You know what I mean? Whether you're good or bad, you gotta look at the answers on the tape. You look at the tape and you see, was it execution? Was it the manner of which we do things? You know what I mean? Schematically wise, there's some things that I would definitely not do again. So it's all encompassing. You look at it and you be very forthright with the guys and you move on. So.
What did you see on the tape, Tony?
Again, all around, right? I mean, the guys were executing, but schematically there are some things that I did not like that was completely stupid. And then there's just again the manner of which you do things, And there's always calls that you want back and everything, but at the end of the day, you need to make sure that you instill that confidence and have the guys running around with their hair on fire. And I didn't do a good enough job of that last week, so.
At this point, do you think a lot of the struggle is the mental side of things?
That's great. I mean, I think that is just coaching in general. That if anybody had the correct answer, you would have teams that just never lose. Period. Right? Just that's it. But I think it's about the consistency. And when you do well, you don't get too high. And then when you don't do as well, you're able to focus in on the things that make you good, and then really bounce back from those things. So that's the thing. That would be the mark of a good team, right? Is how well you bounce back, how well you're able to turn the page, whether good or bad performance, and then move on and get ready for another challenge. So.
Do you try to leave emotion out of it when you're bouncing back, or do you want to try to kind of lean into that as you go?
No, I mean it's a combination of everything, right? I mean there's X's and O's, there's execution, there's play calls and situations, right? Then there's the emotional side because. If you can get up and give a speech, right? Or you can get up in front of people and give a speech and be dynamic. I mean, there's different ways of doing things, So I don't think you can take the emotion completely out of it, but at the end of the day, like I have to make sure that those guys are, ready to and charged up to take the field. Not only to do their job, because these guys do everything you ask them to do. I mean, these dudes, man, like they'll run through a wall like these. That's why it really bugs me because it's me. You know what I mean? So again, you just gotta keep on finding different ways to make sure that they're playing with their hair on fire.
56-7. Is there concern on your part as the leader of the defense that confidence would wane this week a little bit?
No, not based off of today. Again, you just sit back and you listen to coach and you hear the message, and I that's what I do. Like I sit down and I listen to coach like I'm a player, and that's one of the truly great things about him is like, hey, there's a lot of ways you can go, but at the end of the day, you have another high-powered offense, one of the best teams in the entire country. And this is like life. We're teaching life lessons. You're not always going to get the job you want. You're always not going to write the article you want to get. That's not always going to happen, but it's how you respond from it and how you learn from it. So this is one of those examples, and, it's our job to make sure that we get the guys going. So.
Now, based off today, are you talking about what Rule told the team or practice? Or
No, they went out there and they practiced their ass off, like, period. If you went out there, you would have been like, holy cow. So, again, these guys, they do what you ask them to do. So it's just I got to direct the ship the right way.
Matt mentioned it wasn't certain on Deshaun this week. How do you feel just about your secondary? And obviously Tommy got his feet under him last week. How he is coming along after that?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's all every day is an evaluation for those guys. You know what I mean? All the flexibility you have or maybe you don't have, So you're looking at combinations of guys going in there. Great chance for the young guys to step up. I mean, Braylon Prude, Rio, you got Larry Tarver, you got guys who've been kind of just Rex Guthrie, who have been just steadily getting better and better and better, especially going against our offense. They're just getting better and better. And so now an opportunity presents itself to rise up and see if they want to take it. So we'll see.
Clyde been able to get back to full speed where he could be an option?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. He was out there running around looking good. You know, there's healthy, and then there's like you have your wits about you, your game speed. And this whole time he's been getting his strength back and stuff. But most importantly, he's been getting his game speed feel back. So that it's good to see him run around today.
Coach Roll mentioned the 50-50 balls were giving you guys some problems. How do you improve that area? Is the pass rush got to be there quicker? I mean, is there a way to win those 50-50 balls in better situations?
Yeah, no, everything, right? It's calls, don't put them out there so much in 50-50. It's working the technique. It's trusting the guys to go do it. It's showing them in individuals, you know what I mean? And then the technical side of it is like, you know, hey, in the very beginning, you know, your eyes, your stance, are you on the right leverage? Are you doing those things right? So you're breaking it down to every little aspect to help them feel confident next time they go out there.
Tony, in what ways does the opponent this week, clearly one of the more talented teams in college football, require you guys to be fully focused and have moved on from whatever it was that happened Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, that not just this because it's this team, but just when you compete, period. You know what I mean? Like you have to take it all back down to zero and then just rev it back up. I mean, and it just so happens that, you know, you got a really good team, but same thing like last week. If you don't know what to do and how to do things, then it doesn't matter who you play. Like you're not going to play well. So we just got to make sure that, again, it always comes back to us being at zero and just building ourselves back up to that point where you're on the edge and you can just go play.
In what ways does Ohio State really stress you, maybe stress you more than what you've seen this year?
Yeah, two ways. That one, athletically wise, they got some phenomenal athletes, right? I mean, the two backs are some of the best backs in the country. The really all three wide receivers, just phenomenal. Make one-handed catches. You know, they're physical specimens. So your matchups one-on-one athletically wise, but then also like schematically, they do a lot. I mean, they're always motioning, shifting, trading. They try to get numbers advantages out on the perimeter. They'll put five guys to a side. You know what I mean? They'll change pictures on you. So X's and O's wise, you gotta give yourself at least negate the advantage that they have by numbers. You know, you got to have good leverage on the ball. So.
With the tackling, Coach Roll mentioned that as something he noticed that stood out on tape. I mean, what do you think went into that? Why did the guys tackle poorly?
Yeah, a combination of everything, right? A combination of maybe not working it as much in practice, combination of being schematically in too many one-on-one tackles. You know what I mean? Like if I miss a tackle and I'm the only guy there, then those balls hit for bigger gains. But if there's two or three people around there, then chances are those are minimized. So again, it goes back to me schematically wise, making sure that there's wherever the ball is going, that there's multiple guys to tackle the ball. You know what I mean? Instead of one guy, it's easy to point out one guy when he misses a tackle, but it's hard when there's 3 and 4 guys. One guy misses, then the ball doesn't get out like that. So got to put more guys around the ball.
Is that part of what you mean when you're critical of yourself schematically?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's not right. Not right.